Want to have a chat with Mikis in the dungeon? Apply at contact@keramitica.com.
Welcome everybody to the 6th episode of Dungeon Chats. Chats about common sense and magic. I'm here to answer any question instantly, without hesitation, in a way that a 5-year-old can understand it. And I have with me, this time no flames, because she's actually here and we're not doing virtually over computer from the other side of the world. You are?
Maritza. Hello. Yeah, I am Maritza and I am an Argonaut from Canada, but then I moved to Vienna and then I moved to Holland to be with my man, Tom Sauker.
An Argonaut means somebody that has done our workshop, The Mythic Voyage, and just like a symbolic name because it's a big challenge and a big adventure for the people who don't know.
Exactly. So that's me. I play the violin, I sing, and I love coming here every year to be with Mikis and all the other Keramiticians, and that's it. So very happy to do this chat with you, Mikis, today.
Very good. So ask your first question and the dancing bear will do its act.
Awesome. So about awareness. So I like noticing things. I'm an artist, so I think it's very important for me to see like physically how things are placed in the space, for instance.
You don't need them, fuck them. Now we have a chat, right?
Yeah.
So you don't need to look at them.
You're
fuck
right.
them.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're here having a chat.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So about awareness and noticing things, especially like noticing things in the space. What is important? Because sometimes I notice patterns of things, like it could be as stupid or silly as, okay, 2 couples are sitting and then 1 person and then 1 couple and then 1 person and then, 1 couple is here but his other half is there and then 2 persons and then I make connections. But when I'm in a good place, I think I don't really care. It's more like there's an energy or a flow or you just feel like there's movement. And I think when I overthink things, I start making stories about where everything is in space. But does it have a meaning?
Well, first of all, we live in an era of a bombardment of stimuli. So people are either on their phones, taka in their Facebook, or playing games, or looking at YouTube videos, or like checking out like Instagram or things like that. And we're becoming institutionalized to that. So when there's no noise, and I call all of that noise, visual noise, information noise, sound noise and all that, many people panic. They try to, cause some drama, just like to fill their life with continuous cacophony of stuff because they're used to it. But they don't realize that there's never nothing going on. If you sit in nature and you're watching, like, there's a window there, they don't see it, but there's leaves moving in the wind, and there's a little butterfly there that just flew by, and maybe you can see some ants carrying food, and one being faster than the others, and there's always something going on. But we forget that there's trillions of stimuli out there, information, that because we're too much in a hurry to get a bombardment of stuff, we miss. What is worth observing? Whatever you feel like observing at the moment. And you can derive any conclusions from that you like. It's all valuable. Yeah? I think I said this story maybe in another podcast, maybe not, I'm getting old, I forget. I've had too many strokes. It's okay. After 80 strokes, you can forget shit. So I'm going to say the story again. One time, like 3-4 years ago, we were with Lisa, my wife. We were in Greece, in the beach of Skinias, in the marathon, where you've heard of the marathon, right? That's where the marathon run starts. Yes?
Okay.
Like the marathon in the Olympics. Yeah.
Okay.
What happened was that enemies had attacked and they were defeated there in the Marathon Bay, which is sea. And then the boats left of the enemies, the Persians, and they were going to Athens to attack. Back then there were no roads, no cars, no nothing. So they sent a runner to run, but there were no paths or anything. Over stones, over ferns, over, yes? And they couldn't run back then with sandals. They had to run barefoot because with sandals you can slip. They're not, you can slip, they're not sneakers. So this guy ran 40 kilometers, which is the length of the marathon, all the way to Athens to warn them that the enemies are coming to prepare. Yeah. And he practically died, in the whole thing. And that's when the whole tradition of the marathon run started. So we were in Marathon, it's a very beautiful place in Skinias, and we're sitting on the sandy beach in a taverna, and we're having lunch. The day is beautiful. There's a slight breeze, so it's not too hot. We're like sitting here, and the beach is right there, like a little behind you kind of thing. And we're on a table, and we've ordered like fried calamari and French fries and Greek salad and like all kinds of goodies. And we're like ecstatic, so beautiful. It's a little out of season, so it's kind of empty. And in front of us, right on the water, on the beach, is like a Scandinavian couple that are sitting on loungers that are half in the water, half out of the water. And because, as I told you, it's not busy, they have waiters doing their every whim and bringing them drinks and snacks and things like that right on the sea. And they're lying, sunning themselves, reading their books, and they're miserable. They've had probably some kind of argument or something. They're hating each other. They're a couple, but they're hating each other. They don't talk to each other. They don't touch each other. She's sitting with her book there with a frown like this. She's in paradise. I'm talking to you beyond paradise. Whatever ad you've seen about the ideal holiday, that is beyond. Like turquoise waters, like whatever you can imagine. And they're hating themselves and their lives. Yeah. Now that's very interesting to observe. Not to copy them, but to choose what I'm going to be the opposite of that in this moment. But there's all kinds of things that you can observe, whether it's about people or about nature or about anything. Don't double guess your observations or your wanting to take in the environment or whatever's happening. There's always lessons there. And you should just enjoy, not mind fuck, and not think whether whatever you're observing is useful or not. Everything is useful. Any connection with the world that you have is useful. If that doesn't answer your question, you can ask further clarification. Yeah? Only stop asking me if you're satisfied.
So I know I'm going into my head when I'm making a sort of story about it, and then I get lost and I'm not anymore really unobserving.
It's very nice to make a story about anything. What's your problem? I mean, do you have any contract that you're not allowed to make stories?
Maybe if
I
that's
mean, making stories is like all the books have been written because people have made stories in their imagination. That's a beautiful thing. What's your problem? Do you have a problem? If you have a problem, tell me, because I don't know what the problem is.
Okay, well, if the stories are about, well, maybe then comes the boring shit. like,
Tell me boring shit.
if the story comes that I'm doing something wrong, because if I wasn't doing something wrong, then I wouldn't be feeling this energy.
Have you been arrested?
No.
Then you're doing something wrong.
Okay.
How can you do something wrong? Society has rules, and if you break them, they arrest you.
Yeah.
Does anybody arrest you?
Not so far.
So you're never doing anything wrong. The only thing that you can do wrong is anything that can damage your happiness. So if you're damaging your happiness through the stories, you're doing something wrong. And if you're enhancing your happiness through the stories, then you're doing something great, I would say. Yeah. Like I make up stories about things that I see all the time. I look at people like in a cafe or something like that, and I try to feel them and say, oh, this person feels like that, this person feels like that. Blah, blah. Nice training for connection with people. I don't harm anyone. One, I've never ever been arrested. Yes, although I can be an asshole, but I've never been arrested in my life. I can vouch for that. Yeah. I just lied to you. I just lied to you.
You've been arrested.
I have. When I was 12, I was arrested for driving a friend's moped without a license. And I got a few slaps from the cops. They called my mom, and yeah, then they let me go. So I have been arrested. I forgot. It was not my intention to lie, but I forgot. I have been arrested. So I just lied. Not intentionally, but I lied. Yeah. But I haven't been arrested, let's call it, in my adult life. And this is the only time I've been arrested. Another time, to not lie, when I was 14, we had like a ping pong table and we were playing ping pong. So I went to the supermarket and I saw that they had snorkels. And in the snorkels, they had like ping pong balls, you know. So when you go deep, you suck and the ping pong ball stops it and doesn't let water come in. You've seen those.
Yeah.
Plastic with a little cage on top and a little ping pong ball. So there was one of rubber, so I took the ping pong ball out and I put it in my pocket and I went home and I tried to play ping pong with it, but it was not the same quality, it just looked like a ping pong ball. So it would strike the table and go poop and stop there. So I thought I didn't get the right one. So I went back to get another one. Then the store employees got me, they got me from the ear. And then they like really shouted at me. I wasn't arrested. They let me go, but I never did it again. So these are my, but other than that, nobody's arrested me, and I dream of things all the time. Especially because I live here in nature, so when I go out to cities and things like that, I love watching people and figuring out where they're at and like predicting things that will happen. Yeah, like in a cafe, somebody's head goes continuously as he gesticulates right next to the coffee. And I can tell this, within the next 3 minutes 20, he's gonna knock his coffee on himself. And then when it happens, I'm very happy because I predicted it, yes. And when he doesn't, well, I know he's gonna do it eventually, maybe in the 5th minute or 6th. Yes, because they're playing with the devil there, you know. You got a boiling hot coffee and you're just like all over it. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's fun.
Next question.
Next questions.
Yeah.
When I go on this, no, my first question is what makes a master?
What makes a master? What makes a master is the intention to be a master. So it's not about your position, it's about the direction. If you're going towards a master and you're training yourself to be better, for example, the violin or whatever, and if you have this will and you say, I want to be the best I can be, then you already are a master since you're on the way. Yeah? There's nothing to get to. When you get to be the best in the world, you can still get better. Otherwise, you don't evolve anymore. So at any given time, you're a master. From the moment you have a firm intention to be a master.
Intention, is it also like a muscle that you train?
First of all, intention is not wanting something. Okay, I have an intention like to do this, but then, I get distracted and do something else, or I try it and it's difficult and I give up. Intention is different. Intention is what will happen no matter fucking what. No matter fucking what. If you say, I'm going to do this no matter fucking what, Winston Churchill said that success is tumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. It's the same thing. Yeah? Every time you fail, you say, it's going to happen no matter what. So this didn't work, I'm going to try something else. That's what intention is. What will happen no matter fucking what.
Question about singing. So I like to sing. I have a pretty loud voice.
Yes.
And I feel I'm good at all these funky songs that are,
You are.
Very disco, very fun, very performative.
You are in everything that you sing. I haven't seen you sing badly, and I've seen you sing many times.
When it comes to like songs that are very sentimental or like very soft maybe,
Okay.
it's an energy thing, I guess, because you could still have a very large voice, but get
Okay.
into that place that is really feeling and intimate.
Okay.
Yeah.
You wanna be a master in this? Okay. Put your hands like this on your lap. Open them up. Yes. Close your eyes. Start breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Fill your belly every time. Now you're married now, yes? Do you want to have a child one day? Yeah. What do you want, a boy or a girl?
The two.
People lie and they say, as long as it's healthy, I don't give a fuck. But it's not true. Like my first kid, I wanted a boy because I thought it would be more easy for me to play with them. My second, I wanted a girl. When I went to the ultrasound for the second one, the doctor there told me, oh, you're going to have a beautiful little boy. I said, no. First time I asked for a boy, the universe replied, now ask for a girl, it must be a girl. She turned the screen towards me and said, sometimes it's ambiguous, but look at that, that's a willy. I'd bet my career on it. So everybody wants something, it's not a shame. What would you want first if you're going to have more than one?
A boy.
A boy. Now, imagine this boy 2 years old. Already, he talks a little bit blah blah, but he talks. Whenever he sees you, he runs to you and say, mommy, 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 mommy. He asks you questions all the time. Yeah? And he's really, really cute. Imagine him. What does he look like? A toddler of 2. Really cute. Long away from puberty when he's gonna tell you you're an imperialist pig and stuff like that. Way before that, when he thinks you're his goddess, everything, he trusts you fully, what does he look like? He's sleeping now. Can you hold him in your arms? Can you put your hands around and imagine that you're holding him in your arms and you're rocking him around? What does he look like? Imagine him. You can rock him back and forth a little bit slowly. Yes. Hold him. Imagine, yeah. He's there exactly the way you imagine him. Feel that little boy. Part of him looks like Tom, your husband. Part of him looks like you. Maybe part of him looks like your dad. Maybe he has like the eyes of your dad or something. Or whatever you want. And when you feel him, start softly singing him your love. And what he means to you. And sing him about the beauty and what you feel about him. And feel it. It can be anything. Sleep, my baby, sleep. Like I'm off tune, but it doesn't matter. Yes? I am here to hold you. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
I am here to hold you, my sweet baby. For all the clouds in the sky will fall away, and the sun will come through just for me and for you, my sweet baby.
Okay. So if any of these viewers out there think that you got a problem with singing soft heart songs, they need some heavy medication.
Yeah.
You're gonna see and hear yourself.
Okay.
Yes? Next question.
Just
You got
about
no problem.
feeling.
Yeah. Just feel and then sing. And if you feel softness, you're gonna sing softness. You're got zero problem.
Yeah. Trying to find.
And you're gonna watch yourself and you're gonna see.
Okay.
And I say again, I would be very surprised if anybody that sees you doesn't think that you're awesome. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You guys out there, please write a comment about this little song now here, this lullaby to a baby. Yeah? Okay, next question.
Next question.
Dancing bear, without hesitation, instantly, and in a way that a 5-year-old can understand it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Am I doing good so far?
Very good.
Very nice.
Thank you, Mikis.
Yeah,
So-
go for it.
Okay, and it's okay if it's all about me, the questions. Yeah.
It's your time.
my
I will
time.
answer any question.
Okay.
I'm happy to.
So I know I am a beautiful woman. I'm not Claudia Schiffer or any other models, but I have charisma, and I know that this is attractive. And
Why are you not like Claudia Schiffer? Like, for example, my mama was like a brunette, a small brunette like you. She was also a very beautiful woman. And then there are like tall blondes. But if everybody liked the same thing, we would be killing each other, the men all the time. So the
Yeah.
point is, I always have a hangout with with the small brunettes, you know. And then eventually I married, and I'm super happy for now for 10 years.
Yeah.
My second wife, Lisa, which you know, who is a blonde with blue eyes. She wasn't my type, yes, but she is not tall and thin like Claudia Schiffer. I mean, who tells you that everybody likes the same thing? I mean, if you ask 1,000 people, they'll tell you what's your favorite actress. Everyone will tell you a different thing. And Barbara Streisand, I mean, you have classical beauty, but Barbara Streisand, she had like a big nose like this, big Jewish nose, and she could be super attractive, yeah? Because she has very expressive eyes and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Why do you say you're not like Claudia Schiffer? We should say Claudia Schiffer is not like you, which is her problem, not yours. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Continue with your question, but I had to interrupt you because you're saying bullshit.
That's true. It's
Yeah.
boring. Yeah. Okay. It's true. There's taste for everything.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Some people like Angelina Jolie, and I find her vulgar. I mean, everybody has their taste, right? It's not necessarily that everybody likes the same thing.
Very true.
Yeah.
So, let's say at my work, I know that I come out at the reception. I work in a hotel, and then if I have a great attitude and I'm happy, and then I come and help people, then I can see that it has an effect on people. And sometimes men are like very show like their interest,
Yeah.
and I start feeling a bit guilty that
Why?
I feel that I sort of owe them something, or that because I did something and now it's
Well, you should be doing something. Women are flowers. You should have everybody admire you. Why not? That's not the problem. And it's not a betrayal to your husband. Because, you know, they desire you, he has you. So, you know,
yeah.
it's not the problem. What's the problem? Unless you give like a very clear message, it's not a problem. Be admired. You're a flower. Yes? Every woman is a flower. So what's your problem? No problem.
Okay, then let's say, okay, then I'll be very honest. Let's say there's a colleague at work that is very attractive,
Yes?
but like, I have no intention to, be with
Yeah.
him or anything, but it's like a sort of effect because, oh, it is like attractive to look at, and there's polarity, but there's polarity in everything in life.
I
It's
would
up-
not even imagine cheating on my wife. I could not even imagine cheating on my wife because I don't care at all. There's no woman that can make me do that because, you know, she knows me and plays me like a fiddle. Why would I go with a novice? Like, I'm not stupid. But, and also, I am a very masculine person and I'm not gay at all. But if like an attractive male or female is there, I look at them and, you know, I feel it. Yes, that I'm
Yeah.
attracted. Well, the same way as I'm attracted by a beautiful flower or I'm attracted with something. Is there sexuality there? Of course, it's our nature. But it doesn't mean I have an intention to act on it. Yeah, feeling guilty because you find somebody attractive is being guilty for your nature. Why would you be guilty for your nature? Unless you give explicit messages or go through with it, then there's no harm in it for anybody. So what's your problem?
No problem.
We spend too much time condemning ourselves for our nature. You know, let's say there's 5 of us here, yeah, and I take out a box that has 6 beautiful artisanal Belgian truffles, yes, with little bits of praline and, you know, a gooey center and a crunchy exterior, you know, super, super, super. So I take out this box, I give everyone one, yeah, we love it. Ooh. We become one with the chocolate, fills our own existence. What a chocolate, what a truffle. And then there's one left because it's a box of 6. And after 10, 20 minutes, everybody's looking at the truffle. Yeah, everybody's looking at the truffle. But then nobody dares to take it because it's the last one. You got to be guilty if you take the last one. So whatever happens, everybody's fucked. Because if you take the truffle, everybody will say, oh, Maritza, she thinks she's entitled. She didn't ask anybody if they want the truffle. Then if you take the truffle but offer it to somebody, they will say, oh, she wants to fuck him, that's why she gives him the truffle. If you take the truffle, cut it in half and give it to two people, then the other three are going to say, the other two are going to say, oh, this is because of this and this and that, that's why she's doing that. And if anybody, nobody can do something that's okay. And if, like you say, pick up the truffle and say, anybody wants this, yeah, to be good with society, then that guy over there says, I want it. You go and give it to him, and inside you say, doesn't the asshole know? It was a rhetorical question. He was supposed to say no, and you hate him. We spend too much time with guilt and bullshit. Yeah. But the truth is our nature. This is a great truffle and everybody wants it. Yes? And it's okay to be selfish and want it for yourself. You don't have to sacrifice for everybody else. This is an example of how we condemn our nature all the time. Your nature is to be a sexual being and you've chosen your man. But if you find other people attractive, men, women, goats, it doesn't matter. That's your nature, so it's not a problem. As long as you don't bother anybody or cause any kind of harm. Yeah.
Okay.
Next question.
What is talent?
What is what?
Talent.
What is talent? Talent is loving something. Enjoying something, that's talent. If there's something you enjoy, if you enjoy painting, you have talent. But you're going to tell me, what if you enjoy painting and you're crap? Yes? But, I don't know, if you look at an original painting of Andy Warhol, for example, then you have like 12 or 10 Marilyn Monroes, all of them kind of like photocopied, one yellow, one green, one pink, one this and one that. And in a different culture, they would say, what kind of crap is that? Yeah, I can do that. So he enjoyed it. And you may be lucky, and some people enjoy what you do at the moment. Because this depends on the culture of the moment. If the Beatles were there when Beethoven was around, they would kick them out. Right?
Yeah.
So whether you have talent or not does not depend from other people's opinion. If you're really enjoying doing something and pursuing something, by definition you have talent. Nobody else can be the judge of that. And if you can keep it up, not be interested for 1 month and then lose it, but if you have something that drives you in your life, even if you're not good at it in the beginning, you're going to be getting better and better and better and better and better and better. So Mozart was a kid that loved music since he was a kid. That's all. Yeah, that's all. If you look at Picasso and you look early drawings, they're good. He has thousands of early drawings. They're good. And back then he wasn't like surrealist or blue periods or shit like that. He tried to do realistic drawings of people. And he's okay. He's fine. But any student at any art school does better. Yet he's one of the most famous and most expensive, according to value, painters in the world. If Salvador Dali had lived 100 years earlier, they would be kicking him and saying, "Oh, melty watches, what the fuck is this?" Yeah?
Yeah, it's true.
So it's not the fashion of the moment that dictates whether somebody has talent or not. Many people in any kind of art are discovered after their death. Many, 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 many.
Yeah.
And many of the greats, were kind of starving when they were young, when they lived, like Van Gogh and other people. They were starving literally because nobody appreciated them. And then later they appreciate them. So don't you worry about shit like that. If you truly enjoy doing something, you got talent, so keep going.
Next.
Next. Very easy, you see.
Yes.
Common sense.
Yeah.
But common sense is also magic, because magic is science yet to be explored. Yes, this 300 years earlier was magic. I can produce fire like this, let alone this. I can take pictures and show movies and stuff like that. Yeah, so common sense, reality is magic. Nature is magic. Yes, magic is just something that we haven't explored yet. In ancient Greece, they looked at Mount Olympus, it was tall, yeah, and the top was always covered by cloud because it was tall. So they thought, okay, the gods live there, Zeus and people like that. And then eventually they climbed it and they didn't find any gods. So then people say, like the Aztecs, oh, God is the moon or the sun. And then we went to the moon, yes, with Apollo, yeah? And they would say, okay, there's no gods here. There's craters, there's dust, there's no gods here, yes?
Yeah.
No magic, yeah? And, now we send satellites around the sun, and we haven't found any gods there, like the Incas, yes? So everything that exists is magical. If we cannot understand it, we call it magic, and if we can understand it, we call it science. That's all. Yeah. Satisfied?
Yes,
If
very
you're satisfied, next. If you're not, keep asking.
Very satisfied. Why do you think, how could, I want to know that. How can Mozart invent a symphony at 4 years old?
Because nature gives capabilities, like cards at random. So you think somebody's shortchanged, but nobody's shortchanged. So if nature says you're going to be extremely small and thin, then you're not going to become an NBA basketball star, but you may become top jockey. And the NBA that is like, I don't know, 8 foot tall, he cannot be a jockey. And somebody may have a business mind, but then they're not good at sports. And somebody else may be good at sports, then they may be idiots, yes? And, there are tribes in Africa, and they have their dicks, they're so long. You can see pictures, I'm not like
I've still
you.
never seen a picture of this.
No, that they tie a knot on their dicks,
Oh my God.
and it's still below their knees, because without the knot, it drags on the ground.
No way.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah, yeah, and everybody there can check it out if it's true, yes? Right? Just Google it, yeah? Are there people, they're like Maasai and people like that. There's special tribe. Then there is people that have dicks like this, Gorillas, they have tiny dicks like this, yes? That's why and only one gorilla fucks, yeah? Because it's so difficult to conceive with such a small dick that the big gorilla, he kills anybody that tries to fuck. Only he fucks. Yes, in the whole tribe, you know. But they're super powerful and super strong, yes? Everybody, I mean, has something. The point is in life to not worry about what you have an affinity for, yeah? But to worry how you're gonna maximize your gifts and like milk your gifts. And then you can be as successful as anybody else. Mozart could do this, but he was also a little crazy and depressive and all kinds of things. I'm not sure you would want Mozart's life, because these people that have something that catches them for, they become super obsessive and they don't have in their life a bigger kind of like aspect, yes? They are forced to be musicians. You, that you're not Mozart, you can do great in music, become a master, yes, but you can also do other things that he couldn't do because he was monodimensional, yeah?
Yeah.
Right? Somebody that has a 1 meter long neck, you know, a 3 foot, 4 foot long neck, can look above everybody else and, you know, see above the trees. But that person may not be able to do many other things because his head is so far from his hands. He's trying to thread a needle and his eyes are up there. Good luck. Yes? You don't need to be envious about anybody's cards. You just have to play your own very, very well. And trust them and love them. Yeah?
Yeah.
Because if you didn't have A and you had B, then you wouldn't have A. Yeah?
Yeah. To focus on my own life, like what you.
Yeah. Like
this
people have
important.
this thing of looking at other people's pockets. This nowadays is very popular. Oh, this person is a billionaire or is rich. Yeah. All I'm interested in, if I'm making 10, yes, to keep going and make the 10 12 and make the 12 14 and the 14 16 and the 16 18 and go in that direction. What do I care if the other person is a billion? Yeah. What am I gonna do? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I need a billion? It comes with shitloads of trouble. Maybe you would like that. Yes. But then, you know, your life would be full of people observing you, wanting something from you. Then you never know who's your real friend because you got billions and then everybody's sucking up to you. Then you have, you know, I knew a person in my country that was very rich, very, very rich. So he was young and he had a yacht and he was for a hobby, had the whole team to do Formula 3 and he could throw parties on his yacht with cocaine and everything and it was very, very popular. And eventually the only person he chose and married was basically a slut, like a model that had fucked everybody and everybody had fucked her. Yeah. And he couldn't trust anybody. One time, because I knew him, he was kind of drunk, and he told me, whichever woman comes next to me, I don't know if she wants me for me or for the lifestyle that I can offer. He was suffering from that, suffering, yes. And then he got this woman because for some reason it touched him and said, fuck, if everybody's after my money, I'm choosing her. Yeah. And he had a daughter with her. Yeah. So be careful what you ask for. There's an old joke where this black guy, he was a slave, they threw him in the desert, and he was dying in the desert for days, crawling in the sand, no water, nothing, no oasis, nothing. And eventually, with his last breath, because he hasn't drunk for 4 days, 5 days, he touches something like a rock, and it's a magic lantern. And the kind of genie comes out. He says, "Oh, you have liberated me from 1,000 years in this lantern. I'll do you 3 favors, whatever you want." So the guy thinks and says, "To start with, I'm fed up of being black. All my life I've suffered because I'm black, I've been enslaved, I'm beaten, now I'm thrown in the desert to die. I would like to be as white as possible. Okay. Next one, I would like to be in a place with a lot of running water. I want to have so much water that I don't know what to do. I'm so thirsty, everything is dry on me. I want to have water, fresh water, running water everywhere." And last, he thinks a little bit. He says, "I want to be in a place full of acid pussy." Then he turns him into a toilet bowl, as white as can be, full of running water, and he sees lots of acid pussy. So beware what you're asking for in life. Yes? Yeah. Beware what you're asking for. And have more gratitude about what you actually have, instead of looking at other people's pockets. Oh, this person has more talent than me, this person has better teeth than me, this person has this person has that. That's other person's pocket. It will never do anything good for yours. Yes?
Yeah.
Feeling in abundance, it's a choice. And feeling in scarcity and the victim is also a choice. I'll give you a very simple example. Yes? Let's say that now you make 2,000 euro a month. Yeah? And then you get a raise and you make 3,000 euro a month. Are you happy? Good. But let's say that you make 4,000 euro a month. And then they do cuts and they cut you to 3,000 euro a month. Are you happy?
Not so much.
Yes. Yeah. And when you are 2 and then you go to 3, you feel rich. And when you're 4 and you go to 3 because you created a life where you're spending this 4, then you feel poor. So it's a choice. Yes. And you can feel forever. Like I had a boss one time who went to the doctor and he had 220 pressure. 220. Yes. And the doctor is very alarmed. He didn't sleep. Why? Because he had $800 million and due to the crisis, it had gone down to $200 million. Other people, they lost their whole livelihood, but he was killing himself because he only was left with 200 million euro. Okay. What kind of a choice is that? So yeah. That's my answer. If it's not sufficient, you can ask further. And if it is, you can give me another question.
Okay. I would like to know about the art of conversation. Because I feel that if I speak with people or I ask questions, when I feel there's a time for me to answer or to say maybe, like, how do you acknowledge that you've received the information? Like how to converse with people. Like,
well, you look with a lot of interest, and then they keep talking and they don't bother you.
But if you want, okay.
And if you want to take command of the conversation, just do it. Yeah.
And if I am processing the information, like let's say we're talking now, and then, okay.
And everybody's happy. You show to the person you're interested in what the fuck he's saying.
Yes.
They're saying.
Yeah.
And you have the time to process.
Okay.
And you say nothing.
So it feels like it's all an act, but a real act.
It's not an act. It's not an act, it's symbolism.
Symbolism, okay.
You want to absorb.
Yes.
You're interested in what the person's saying, that's why you want to absorb. So, you know, when 2 different people meet, let's say Captain Cook that went to Tahiti and stuff like that, met like cannibals and shit like that, yeah? So they don't speak the same language. These people never knew an Englishman. But if you approach anybody with your hands like this open, this is a meaning that I'm coming in peace. I'm not holding any weapon. So there's like universal symbolism. So means exactly what you want to transmit. What's your problem?
Maybe it's a pressure of having something to reply to.
Why? Why do you need to reply something?
Not to add
Everybody
to the
likes hearing themselves. So the more you go and they're hearing themselves, they're very happy. They don't require anything from you. Actually, if you reply, you might piss them off because right now they're the star and you are trying to interfere in their glory. No. Very interesting.
Okay.
You don't even need to make them sound. You can snort. Yes. Look interested. Yes. Very nice. They love it. What's your problem?
Okay, then, well, there's no
Done.
problem. Done. It's just
So
feeling, I feel
So
boring.
you know the art of conversation.
Okay, I know the art of conversation.
This is the art of conversation.
Yeah.
Like symbolically giving the other person to understand exactly what you want. Yeah.
Giving the other person understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to ask a question, you want to interact, you interrupt them and you say, this is very interesting. I have a question. Boom. And then you let them speak and you go, and then they're very happy, you're very happy, you're giving an answer because obviously you like the conversation. You're just wasting it by thinking that there's something that you need to do. There's nothing that you need to do.
Is this a very feminine way of being, of thinking, like I should be doing something? Or
Look, you women, you like to mind fuck for no reason. Let's chill, okay. Let's play this game, okay?
Okay,
Let's say I don't want to talk.
okay,
I'm tired, I want to drink some coffee.
sure.
So ask me a question. Any
How was
question.
your day yesterday?
How was yours?
Oh,
Tell me first how was yours, then I'm going to tell you about mine because I'm really interested.
okay. No, I had a great day.
Okay,
What?
bingo.
Okay.
I don't need to speak. You're speaking, you're happy. I'm happy because I don't need to speak.
Okay.
Problem solved.
Wonderful.
So there's no situation where you cannot do whatever the fuck you want. Just use simple symbolism and you keep everybody happy, including yourself, that doesn't want to talk in the moment. Simple enough for a 5-year-old to understand.
Very simple.
Tommy, if they ask you a question and you don't want to answer, ask them a question back.
Very nice.
Very easy, easy. Tommy, 5-year-old can get this.
True.
Yeah.
It's cool. Then I get what I
Like
want.
Tommy, what's your favorite toy? Well, it's more interesting. What's your favorite toy? Yeah, and then the other kid has to talk. Yeah.
Cool.
No. Tell me yours first. Yeah. Well, I have a couple of favorites. I'm fluctuating, but I really admire you, and it's very interesting for you, for me to make up my mind, for you to tell me. And then they love it, and then they tell you, they forget their objection. They can talk for an hour. Fine, all good. Very easy. The art of conversation. Do what the fuck you like, but make the other person happy for it. No big deal, easy peasy.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Cover girl. Yes.
If you're satisfied, next question.
Okay. Relationship. I guess this is going to be really quickly answered as well.
I don't know.
Yes.
You tell me.
I tell you, yes.
If you already know the answer, why don't
do
you
you
tell us the
ask?
answer and not tell us straight away? Okay, turn to there, ask, tell your question, and then give the answer because you already know. Go. That's the camera there.
Sure. Okay. So, feeling uncomfortable about demonstrating physical affection to my man in public because I might talk too much about if it appears real or whatever, which is very boring. And actually, the answer is just do it or just be happy. Like, who fucking cares? Just make yourself happy, and that's what matters. And also enjoy showing off a little bit. Like, it's all good. That's my answer.
So good. You have a very good answer.
Very
Plus, you're performing a service. All these dead people that have forgotten what affection and being in love are, you wake them up. Yes, grab his ass, give him a kiss, do whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
You're livening up everybody's life. It's very, very nice. Yes.
Okay.
And
Cool.
if somebody tells you, you are like making us kind of like look bad because we don't do the same to our husbands, so say, don't be mad, be inspired. End of story. Very, very nice.
Very nice.
Yes.
Okay. Question.
Yes,
Next
very nice.
question.
You have very nice question. I think it's a very interesting podcast. I, for one, am enjoying it.
Good. I'm enjoying it too.
Very good.
I have a question about focus.
Yes.
And well, I know there's like feminine, masculine, and like it's energy. Like women tends to be a little bit more thinking.
It doesn't mean that you cannot choose to be single focused at some point.
Yeah.
Just because the feminine has the gift of being able to be more multitasking and more multi-focused than men usually, it doesn't mean anything. Men also can put themselves in a situation where they're multitasking and multi-focus and vice versa. Women can choose to have a single focus, not throughout their life, but for specific tasks. So there's nothing that stops you. So what's your question?
No, just that I really enjoyed being in focus, I noticed, especially with the things that I love doing, like as a practice.
Yeah.
And what's my question? Yeah, maybe sometimes.
Be single focused with the things that you love, which means the things that you have talent in, as we explored, and then you can let yourself loose every other time.
Just relax.
There's no shoots in life.
No, yeah.
The only thing is, have a good time, enjoy your life. Yes? That's your task. Yeah? There's no shoots. Whatever you enjoy doing, just do it.
No, that's beautiful. And it's like very freeing also in the mind, I feel, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that's just like the hamster is running.
Okay, let's play this because, let's do this.
Yeah.
Pretend I'm anybody, a friend of yours, whatever,
Okay.
and tell me something I should be doing that I'm not doing. Anything that you felt directed at you, people feeling that you should be doing something or should not be doing something. Give me anything.
Okay, you should be smiling at me every time you see me.
Why exactly?
Because then you make me feel appreciated and that I'm here. And
But if you know that I'm obliged to smile to you every time, in which way do you feel appreciated? You don't. But if I don't smile at you 5 times and then I smile at you the 6th, then you feel appreciated.
yes, that's true.
So why should I do that?
Huh.
Tell me another thing that I should do. Whatever. Let's play this game. It's a fun game.
Yeah, like
Go for it.
you should write to your in-laws to tell them like thank you very much for everything. And well, I think I should. I did. I'm happy to do it. So that's not a good one. But maybe you should. You should go and like tell them now like that you're very happy or
Why?
because they're doing so much things for you and they're there now. It's a good time.
Did they give you a contract that like you're a daughter-in-law and we like to do things for you, but you have the responsibility to support us psychologically and confirm us all the time? Did you sign any such document? Because if not, every time they do something for you, they bake you a cake, you say, okay, how many times should I prop you up for that? Yeah? So why? Unless there's a clear deal that you owe them something, you owe them nothing.
Yeah, it's like you should say thank you every time somebody does something nice to you, and make sure that you send the message after, or like
Look,
that they
look,
really know.
look. Say thank you for me is automatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I've been taught by my mom and my grandma. Oh, somebody tells you something nice or does something nice, you say thank you.
Yeah, I like saying
Yes?
thank you.
Wait, wait. And I do that because it doesn't cost me anything.
Yeah.
It's like automatic. Yeah? Like if your nose itches, you scratch your nose. It's now in the subconscious. It doesn't cost me anything. But if, let's say, I really want to say thank you because I feel like it, yeah, I will look you in the eyes and say, Maritza, what you did really meant something to me. So thank you. And I'm not telling you thank you for you to make you feel good. I'm telling you thank you because it makes me feel good, makes me feel good. Yes. I feel it and I want to express it. And then it has value. Now, you needing to say thank you and write thank you, okay. If they're there, you can say thank you automatically because it doesn't cost you anything. But to have the obligation to write and say, oh, you know, I want to make sure that you get it, that I thank you, like, fuck this. This life is very short to waste time on these things. For example, I never buy anybody a gift, anybody, never, because it's their birthday or because it's an occasion or because something like that. If I'm going in the street and I see something that I know you would like and I feel like buying it, then I will give you a gift. It's because I felt like it. And then you're going to tell me, but it's not my birthday. And I will say, do I look like somebody who gives a flying fuck? And I'll be, I just felt like buying this for you because I found it. I thought, Maritza, yeah. Let's say you're collecting Delft porcelain, yeah, and I know you have a collection. And I go to Delft and then I see a really nice one. Say, Maritza would love this. I might buy it for you, but not because it's your birthday or I have to buy you a gift or you invited me and I have to give you something. I don't care. So then when I give you a gift, it's from the heart. Yeah? So yeah, I don't do that kind of shit. If you want to do it, I mean, it's your life.
Yeah.
Yes. But you're wasting energy for something that has zero value. One real thank you is worth 1,000 typical social thank yous. 1,000.
Yeah.
1,000. So if you ever feel with your in-laws that you really, you're in a specific moment where you really feel their love, then you can take them by the hand and really give them a thank you, and that's worth for years. Afterwards, they will have more impact than the 1 million like email thank yous that you're gonna do. Yeah, and if you don't feel it ever, never say it. Why would you? Is it not common sense? Yeah, because if you say it all the time, typically nobody believes you. Oh, Maritza said thanks, okay, big deal, you know. But if you rarely do it, then it gets value. They know that you actually mean it and you're not doing like the social thing. So anyway, that's my way. If you like it another way, there is no should. This includes is not a should.
Yeah.
You like sending emails, go ahead. It just feels that you feel it as an obligation.
Yeah, that's exactly how it
I have
feels.
no obligations to anything or anybody. Why? Because I choose to. Yes, you know me. Am I a bad person, in your opinion?
No.
Yeah, but I do nothing out of obligation. And if people accuse me, that's okay. Yeah. He came to my birthday, he didn't bring anything. I didn't bring anything because I wasn't inspired to bring anything. Yeah. What do you want me? You want me to buy something generic and give it to you? No. Why would I do that? You probably already have it.
That's true.
Or you don't need it, or you don't even like it. But then I'm done with the obligation. What in God's name is that? That's crazy. In my book, in your book, it may be logical, and I respect whatever point of view you might have. But now you ask me about mine.
Yeah, that's very cool. It's freeing. And when you said like the thank you to me just now, it felt so real. I'm like,
Because when I looked at you and told you thank you,
yeah,
like with the baby, yes, that I told you to imagine a baby,
yeah,
I just felt all the beautiful moments that we spent together and all the love that I felt for you through we know each other a few years, yes, and
yeah.
I felt you like my daughter many times and things like that. And then I wanted to thank you for that. I didn't give you just any bullshit thank you. I had a reason to thank you. I didn't just do it for show for them. I'm the dancing bear, but I don't care. Yeah.
It's cool to not
Yes.
care.
My show is to answer the questions, it's not
Yeah.
to play anything for them.
So I have another question.
Yes.
So about not being liked.
Yes.
Let's say I self-sabotage, it's my fault. Let's say I put myself into a shitty energy. Maybe I'm like thinking too much and a little bit like dispersed, and people can feel it. And then people start, because I can feel energy, either I mindfuck or it's true, but I could feel, okay, people don't want to get too close. And I don't mind because I understand.
It's
like,
true.
It's
They
true.
don't want to get too close. If you're grumpy, nobody
Yeah.
wants to be around the grumpy.
Exactly. But the way to fix it, okay, like option A, and even if I get happy again, they don't.
What is there to fix? Because you got like some kind of like twisted brain. What is there to fix?
Well,
What is there to fix?
I think so that they can like me again, or like just to show shit. I'm sorry, I went there, and I will try to.
This is where you have a twisted mind.
Okay,
Because
show you a blind spot. Okay.
Because the only thing you should be interested to fix is your own mood, so you have a better time. Why do you care about them? They should fix their own mood. If they're in a good mood, they don't care what mood you're in. So that's why you're deluded, because you think that what there is to fix is what happens to them, instead of understanding that what there is to fix is what happens to you. And if you fix that, they will automatically be fixed as well, as far as you're concerned. If they want to be fucked, they're going to be fucked without the excuse that it's your fault. Yeah.
Yes.
So all you have to fix is the reason why you're not in a good mood. So go to the toilet, have a good piss, yeah. Look yourself in the mirror and said, am I gaining anything from being in this grumpy mood? No. Let me do a little dance. Don't worry, be happy or whatever in the mirror, and then let's go feel good. And then who cares about these people? Why would you care about these people? Everybody's responsible for their own happiness. If your grumpiness can ruin my happiness, I'm not in charge of my own self. Like I told you about the grumpy Scandinavians there, like it didn't ruin our mood, it made it better. Like, look, we're enjoying all this paradise and they're like, fucked. That's fun.
Yeah.
So why would I let somebody's grumpy mood affect mine? Am I an idiot? What's my business if they're fucked and feel victims by one another or whatever the fuck they're going through? The one thing you have to fix is you, because that's what your responsibility is. Other people's happiness is not your responsibility. Your happiness is your responsibility. And by caring about other people or your effect on them, you are like escaping your responsibility to yourself.
Yeah, I just saw that now. Like, okay, I'm not taking responsibility. That's me running
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, oh, other people, okay. That's none of your business.
Again, yeah.
If they want to be happy, they don't care what you do. Yeah,
Yeah, that goes for parents too.
parents especially. Parents especially. Yeah. Look, can you find me Nilufar? Yeah, go find me Nilufar.
Yeah.
We can continue while he's doing that.
Okay,
I want her to sing a song for you.
that's cool. It's a musical podcast.
Keep going. You know, you can ask me questions. Let's not get the people bored.
Okay.
Anything you like.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a deep question.
No.
It can be, how do I make bechamel? Whatever.
No, I was thinking about your home, and I'm very inspired also by like all the way that you made it, like, and also with Lies.
And look here, we're in our
Yeah.
game room, and we got statues of all the players here,
Yeah.
and we got like shields, and we got like all kinds of stuff here. And this is our game room. We play every Saturday, and we made it just for the fuck of it.
Yeah.
There's dragons outside. There's a flame throwing dragon above. Like people cannot see that, but now that we're not doing it virtual, they can see a different corner of this room than the previous ones.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead with your question.
Yeah. Then having Lies working on the garden, like on, I think on Saturday, maybe while you're here doing your games,
Yeah.
and you all have like little activities. I think I answered my question about like in a couple, like nobody is responsible for entertaining the other one. It's just
No, but we like to spend time together.
yeah,
But all day I've been doing my thing. Lisa's been doing her thing. She's migrating the websites to another service, and she has things to do. And I've been like doing stuff all day, and we passed each other. She got me water, and always is nice to see each other. But we don't have a responsibility to entertain each other. We're entertained by life, and then when we get together, we share and we cuddle and we have sex and we watch movies together, and that's about it. There's no contract.
again, yeah. There's
Yes.
no contract.
Yes, the contract is of a different kind. Yes, our contract is that like we're one family, we plan together, we enjoy together, but then, sometimes I'm reading something and she wants to ask me, and she knows, and she gives me space until I finish, unless it's urgent. And if I ask her a question while she's doing something, she's going to tell me, no, now I'm busy. It doesn't sound urgent, let me be. And then I let her be, and I have things to do. Yeah, so I don't see the problem.
No.
We're here to always be well. If we're obligated to entertain the other, then we're missing the point. Because again, it's not spontaneous. And it doesn't end up well. It only ends up well if we're enjoying it ourselves. Yeah.
To be spontaneous, that's really cool. Also, now coming to this podcast, because I didn't prepare anything really this morning, but I just knew I wanted to do it. And then when you asked this morning at the table,
I said we have time, opportunity.
yeah, exactly.
So if you want to do it, we can do it.
I thought, shit, I don't want to lose this, and it's just about trusting myself that I can find, like, it will
Of
come.
course you can.
Yeah,
Are you having fun?
but very
That's the
much.
most important thing.
Yeah,
We're here to have fun.
exactly. And well, you said just before the podcast that you never rehearsed anything. Also,
I never, ever.
but it's because you have everything. Like you trust all the information you have. Like you've done.
No, it's not about information. Yes. I trust because life is a self-fulfilling prophecy. if I'm worried that I'm not going to have an answer to something, yeah, then I'm going to be stumbling because I care about what they think. Yeah. In addition, if you find something that I cannot answer instantly with clarity in the way that a 5-year-old can understand it, congruent with everything that you know, then you will have given me the greatest gift in the world. Because then I can work to figure it out. So that's a great gift, right?
Yeah.
So why do I care?
Yeah.
Like, if one of you guys finds a question that I cannot answer, that would be like the gift of the year. It will. And then I'll say, you know what? I don't know the answer to that. Yeah. Let me ponder on it later and I'm gonna like send you the answer by email once I figure it out. And what's gonna happen? My image is gonna diminish because of that. Do I look like a guy who gives a fuck? No, so what? So ask anything you like. By the way, I think this is a great podcast because it's very spontaneous and we're talking about cool shit. I'm enjoying it. I'm sure they're enjoying it. And if you're enjoying it as well, we're a full house now.
It's really fun.
Yeah, it's full house.
With the ayahuasca
Yeah,
and the energy of the grandmother,
yeah.
the grandmother, she loves everyone and everything.
The grandmother is a symbol. Yes, a symbol. Symbolism is the language of the universe. Only humans speak words. Okay, so dolphins and parrots speak words, but dolphins very few, like 200. And parrots, they just repeat whatever they hear without actually knowing what they're talking about. And some other birds. So the grandmother is a symbol. Why? Because a grandmother does not have the anxiety to raise you as a baby. She has a lot of experience. She loves you, but she doesn't have to mollycoddle you. So she can be strict, yes. Or she can spoil you. Or she can do whatever she wants. But is a wise person, because in every culture the elders are the ones that are wise. And she's a symbol. And she symbolizes an interaction with something inside you that has these energies. The ayahuasca is a psychotropic drug that we no longer do here in Tierra Mítica since 2018. We stimulate people to find the energy of the grandmother by themselves without drugs through guided meditation kind of things. And they all do. They all find this place. So she's a symbol. She's not something literal, yeah? That there's actually a grandmother there, like communicating with you. She's inside you. Yes? She is the wisdom that you already have. Did that answer your question, or do you have something else? I'm happy to answer on the subject or any other.
No, you answered that question. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So give me another.
What is okay? So at New Year's Eve, I had a intention, and my intention is to exercise my power.
Okay. Very good intention. Why not?
And I realized after I said it that
You want some coffee? It's decaf.
I would love some coffee.
Have some
Thank
coffee.
you.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yes, nice. Go ahead. I got plenty in my thermos.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then I got confused because I realized that I wasn't even clear on what my power is. But when you
You
have,
can hear the creak of the
Yes.
dungeon door.
they're entering.
It's on purpose. We made that gate to be creaky.
It's really
Yeah.
cool.
Nilufar,
Yeah.
we were talking here about the obligation to please and prop up your parents and make them happy. And you have some songs about that shit. And I thought we could do the first podcast with a performance. Would you like to give us a performance?
Yeah.
So here's a good spot,
Yeah, I can see. Okay.
here between us. So let's give these people a performance.
All right.
Because why not?
Hello. Yes, why not?
Yes. This is Nilufar. She
I don't know
recently
where
got a
we- Oh, yes.
baby, so she still looks a little pregnant, a little bit, but she's very feisty, and she's an awesome songwriter. Awesome.
Yes.
So she's written many songs, and she's inspired basically by the kind of questions that you're setting to me. So
Great.
go for it.
Okay.
You have two about this, you can choose.
Yes. I know which one I want to sing.
You got the funny one and the not
The
so
funny
funny one.
one. That one I know better too.
Go with the funny
All
one.
right. Criticize for not giving a damn, 'cause I'm not a people pleaser. They don't understand. I don't do anything out of obligation to fulfill their expectations, not my motivation. They say be a good girl, obey the rules, I say, so I can go to heaven. I'm not a fool, I'd rather go everywhere and break the rules, do whatever I wanna do. But what about your mama? She's so depressed, I say. Why is that my problem? Should I be stressed just because mommy and daddy ain't living it up? Doesn't mean I have to do the same when I grow up. And they wonder how I walk with such a jive. They say, damn girl, what's your secret? You look so alive. You guys want to know my secret?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. While everybody's playing the goody goody, I'm having all the fun and getting groovy, groovy. A scrap it up, a zumba, the booty, booty. I live a life of choice, not a life of duty. 'Cause my duty is to have fun, enjoy my life, to serve my happiness, love myself with pride. My duty is to do it all for me, and that is the way it's supposed to be. Sipping on her organic chai, she said, girl, how are you gonna help save our planet? I said, girl, I'm saving myself, and I'm a very important part of this planet. But what about all the global warming? Well, what about this nice coffee I'm having this morning? I take advantage of my life, full of pleasure, got nothing to hide, and they wonder how I walk with so much pride. 'Cause I do everything to serve me, myself, and I. While everybody's playing the goody-goody, I'm having all the fun and getting groovy. It's clap it up a zoom, pop the booty booty. I live a life of choice, not a life of duty. Cause my duty is to have fun, enjoy my life, to serve my happiness, love myself with pride. My duty is to do it all for me. And that is the way it's supposed to be. He said, girl, what's your secret for being so damn sexy? I said, 0 fucks given, baby. It keeps me young and healthy. Cause my duty is to shine and be alive. My duty is to live a happy life. And that is how I rock with so much pride. No guilt and shame, I got nothing to hide. While everybody's playing the goody-goody, I'm having all the fun and getting groovy. Let's clap it up a zoom for the booty. I live a life of choice, not a life of duty. Cause my duty is to have fun, enjoy my life, to serve my happiness, love myself with pride. My duty is to do it all for me. And that is the way it's supposed to be. I said my duty is to do it all for me. And that is the way it's supposed to be.
Thank you, Nilufita.
My pleasure.
Yes,
Yes.
like they say, a picture is like 1,000 words, and a song is like 10,000 words. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
So yeah, like if you're in the jungle and there's a fire, or in the forest, and then the squirrel tells to the fox, "Oh no, please, you pass first. Oh no, you pass first." They're all gonna burn. Yeah.
Yes.
Our nature is to take care of ourselves, and Aristotle 2,300 years ago said that the only possible aim and purpose of life is happiness, because everything else we seek, wisdom, enlightenment, love, acceptance, material goods, success, whatever. We do it in order to be happy. It's the only goal that is an end by itself. Anything else is for something else. So it makes sense. Why do you have some other responsibility? Yes? And if you're happy, you help everybody around you. There is, like, I remember a YouTube video about this American philosopher, a woman that's now about 65, 70, 60, she was at the time or something. Her name is Byron Katie. And she was in an interview, and she tells the interviewer, "You know what? Back then, there was a time when one of the people I love, yeah, my family, my friends, was in trouble. I really, really suffered. But now I'm super happy." The interviewer looks and says, "What do you mean? Like, if your son is in the hospital in a traffic accident, in the intensive care unit, you're super happy?" He says, "Absolutely, I'm so happy you can't imagine." "So are you nuts? Like, you're happy because your son is in trouble?" She says, "Yeah. Why?" She says, "Because it's not my turn." How can, like, a person, any mother would say, "I would rather it was me rather than my son," and you're like, "You're horrifying me." He says, "Look, I figured it out. I have 5 children, plus myself 6, plus my husband 7, my dad and mom that still live 9, my brother and sister 11. Yes, I also have some cousins I love very much. Yeah, and then I have very dear friends. So altogether like 20 people. So I thought it like I'm so many years old. Statistically, 10% of the time I'm in some kind of trouble. Financial, health, emotional, relationship, whatever. Job. 10% of the time. Maybe 1 year is all good, and the next year, 20% of the time I'm in trouble of some kind. Yes? So then 10% of the time, on average, over my life, if I think about it. Then what I reckon, the same thing applies to my husband, my kids, my brother and sister, and everybody I know. Yes? So if I suffer when it's my turn, and then I suffer when it's everybody else's turn, then it adds up like to 200-300% of the time. The more people I love, the more I suffer. And when do I get to be okay? I'm not okay when it's not my turn, and I'm not okay when it's everybody else's turn. It's insane. On top of that, if I'm not suffering with my son, I'm more clear-minded, I can be rested and everything, so then I can help if he needs me. So that it made sense to me, right?
Yeah.
And she also said that this way, if I have to suffer when everybody's in trouble, somebody split with their wife or has cancer or things like that, then I shouldn't love many people. But I want to love many people. I want to have many friends that I love, many people. So why would I restrict myself? The only way to be able to do that is to only suffer when it's my turn. It's cool, right?
It's very cool.
Very, very cool. Yeah. I may have told you this story before, but you know,
I don't remember.
I'm an oldie and I forget. And, you know, I've had like 80, 90 strokes. So I'm kind of hazy on that. Sometimes they make fun of me because I say the same joke or the same story twice in a row. But, you know, it's what it is, right? Yeah?
Yeah. I think they come also at different situations because stories they
Yeah,
they help you
yeah.
understand.
So, what was your question that I interrupted you when Nilufar came in?
Yes, it was about my New Year's intention to exercise my power, and I know that I also just need to take some time and feel deep in myself. What does it mean, my power? And I think I just got confused about, is it like Maritza's power or it's something about being a woman power? I could
Okay,
choose.
very simple. What do you think is your power?
I would say this fire of just shining.
That's like an abstract, right?
Yeah. Shining or
Shining, but for what? To what purpose? There's only one power in the universe. There's no other kind. There's
Love.
only one. That's bullshit.
Oh.
There's only one power in the universe. Yes? Or maybe it's not exactly bullshit, but it's not what this power is. Yeah? Only one. Everything else leads to the same thing. So the only power that exists because of nature is the power you have to adapt the rest of the world to what you want, or if you can't, to adapt yourself to the rest of the world. That's the only power there is. There are moments where shining may help you. Yes? There are moments where, you know, there's 5 people around and you feel weak and vulnerable, and then you cry and you say, I'm weak and vulnerable, and then everybody tries to help you. There is other circumstances in life. So you gather skills as you go along in life. The point is to use any skill you have in either to force, cajole, or seduce the rest of the environment to adapt to what you want, or for you to adapt yourself to whatever is there. Because being happy means feeling that everything is exactly deliciously as it should be. And if you don't like this, then you can work to change it so that you like it. And if it's impossible for you to like it, yeah, let's say you lose a leg, yes, and you say, okay, I can do my best and put a mechanical leg and work to get the best possible mechanical leg and so on and so forth. But it's a fact that you'll never again have a biological leg, yes? So either you can adapt and be happy, like this guy that I saw in a video, who was like a climber, an avid climber, and he lost both of his legs in an avalanche. He fell in the mountains. And then fast forward 10 years, he was a businessman. There's a video of him on top of the first station Everest, and he talks and he has visible mechanical legs, not hiding them under trousers, yes? He has shorts, because obviously they don't get cold, right? He doesn't care. So, and he talks and he says, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. Because I was already bored with my businesses, I was successful when this happened. And I loved climbing, so when I lost both my legs, both, yes, I kind of was interested in prosthetics. That's many years ago when they were not so advanced, the prosthetics, the fake legs. And there were prosthetics to buy, and I had money, but all the prosthetics were made for even ground, which means I could not climb, because when you climb, your leg goes like this on a rock, goes like this, goes like this, goes like this. No prosthetic could do that. So I researched and find a company of young people that were doing good work on that, and I went to them and I said, look, I'm gonna give you capital. And I sold my businesses and I had lots of money. I'm gonna give you capital, and I'm not gonna bother your development. I'm not gonna be here telling you what to do, but what I want to be testing every new development. So then eventually our company went in the stock market, and all these kids and me, we earned a lot of money. So I got much more money than I had with my previous businesses that were successful. And we invented legs, prosthetics that can be for climbers and other sports. And I was a climber, I was okay, but I was already old, yeah, because I was like 40 something and now I'm 50 something, yeah. But back then, with both legs, I could not imagine climbing to the first station of Mount Everest. It's not all the way to the top, but it's very, very high. But I did it with fake legs, what I couldn't do with real legs. Because instead of going to work and working like a workaholic 12 hours a day and only climbing on holidays and my weekend, it became my life. They gave me legs, I tried them, I tried to climb. So in 10 years, I became a much better climber than I ever was with fake legs. Right? So, yes, that's a guy that adapted the world to his needs. So if there wasn't a leg that was for climbers, he made it happen. He used all his resources to make it happen. Not only did he make money out of it, which was not his intention, yes, but he also managed to become a better climber with his legs than ever he was with his. And for him, losing his legs became a blessing. So he did two things. He adapted the universe to his needs and adapted himself to reality. And of course, he made everything exactly deliciously as it should be, So he got to be a happy man, which he wasn't really before. So cool, no?
Very cool.
True story, by the way. You can Google all this shit. Yeah, I'm not bullshitting you. Just telling you stories. You can check everything.
No.
Any other question?
Not that I can think of.
So,
Yeah.
great. We had a great podcast. We had lots of fun, guys. So, this is the end of the 6th podcast. Dungeon Chats. We had a great time. Please know that we do sculptures if you want anything custom. And we have a lot of fun. Give us comments. Keep watching. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Want to play RPG in our dungeon? Would you like us to make you a small, medium, or huge custom-made sculpture? Or even your own castle? Contact us at contact@fantasyscaping.com.